Let's go. So, welcome, Battle Bunnies team. Thank you for being here in this AMA into the syndicates. I think there's like some new people from the our clan from the new batch. So basically, how we do those AMAs, like each one of you can introduce themselves if they want, and yeah, you can talk about like start talking about the project, and we'll move to our specific question during the discussion or right after. And people from the syndicate, if you have question, you can ask them either in the no mic or in the thread. Battle Bunnies. So who wants to go first?
I usually MC all of our AMAs, so I'll go first.
Let's
My
go.
name's Joey Vowels. If you get into the server or you're in the server, I'm Prince Reginald. Um, I've been in the NFT space for, I don't know, 7 or 8 months now, um, buying, selling, etc. I'm the lead admin. I'm in charge of the Discord. I organize a lot of the collaborations. Um, Most of the non-programming tech stuff. And yeah, that's me. So I'll pass it off. We'll go to Frank next.
Let's go.
Hey guys, my name is Frank Lanatra, and I'm Narf the Mad in our Discord. That's my avatar. I've been a tattoo artist and illustrator and character designer for almost 25 years, and me and my wife Krista, who's sitting next to me, I'll let her introduce herself after. We're the founders and artists behind this project. This is really a dream for us to be working on this and creating the Battle Bunnies universe. We went to school for animation years ago, both got our degree in illustration while studying animation. And so for us to be able to do this is one of the most exciting things that we've ever been able to do. So let me pass it over to my wife, Krista, and she'll introduce herself.
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Krista Kins. I'm in the Discord as Krista Kins. So you can find me in there playing games and talking to everybody. But yeah, we're the artists behind Battle Bunnies.
All right. So next up is Tech Nerd or Chris. He's our lead programmer and also one of the founders with us.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, hey everyone. So Chris, the one of the programmers, I was lucky enough to, collect Frank's art, as I think that's kind of connected a lot of the people on this team. Fan of his art, uh, familiar with the NFT space, background in finance and technology, so it's kind of like a weird uh, passion for mine, I guess. So kind of talk to Frank and Krista, about like a little bit about the NFT space. Some of just a lot of the knowledge that kind of you pick up and as everyone's like growing in this space. So that's
Yeah, there's still like a lot of stuff to
my
learn.
yeah, and there's so much to learn, right? There's because it's also evolving, and especially for like this, Frank and Krista have really driven everything in terms of the vision. Everything and is really driven by them, and I think that that's part of what's really awesome about this project, because it isn't driven by me, the tech guy, or Mike, John, or Joey, anyone on the more marketing side. It's truly driven by the art and our passion for the art, and that's kind of what brought us together. So.
That's
All right.
good.
So next up is your ops guy or Mike. He is part of the Food Fight Studios team, which is our animation and metaverse partner.
So, hey guys, what's going on? Name's Mike, or in our Discord, I'm known as Jackbeard, part of the Pirates clan. So we'll get into a little bit of the different classes of bunnies that we have in a minute here. But I am, I guess, what my name represents. I'm the ops guy. I got my foot in pretty much every puddle of this project, with the exception of the art, because I'm not artistic. My appreciation of the art, though, is really what drew me in here. As part of the Food Fight Studios team, we're bringing a level of animation, metaverse integration, just some different aspects on the 2D and 3D side of things. that's really going to complement the art. Never really truly do it justice, but add a much different user experience that we could potentially pass on to our community members, and then obviously evolve this Battle Bunnies universe accordingly. So again, happy to be here. Love the project. Love everything we've done up to this point, and excited to talk and answer some of your questions.
That's amazing. So thanks again, guys, for being here. First question: like, how did you start the Battle Bunnies? Where did the idea came from?
Frank, I think
Yes,
that's for you.
Yeah, I'll take this one. It started. I know Tech Nerd or Chris for a good 8 or 9 years. I tattooed him about 8 or 9 years ago and became good friends. And he had hit me up back in November. He had seen, was looking at some of my artwork on Instagram and asked me if I had ever done NFTs or knew anything about them. And at the time, I had been in crypto for a good over 5 years now, and I had talked to him about that in the past. But I really just never delved into the NFT space because, me and Krista have been so busy with running our shops and tattooing. So we got on a phone call, and he started trying to explain it to me and how it worked. And I had some ideas, but it was still so confusing at the time. And eventually, little by little, it started to click. And I said, all right, let's do something together. I'll start drawing something. And he started showing me around the NFT space. And he showed me the apes. And there was lions and bears and all these big, fierce animals that everybody seemed to love. And for years, my whole thing has always been drawing cute little fluffy critters because I just always loved the small, cute animals. And so I started working on a bunny, and I have my little one of my little cute critters in my lap right now. And so I started drawing the bunny, and I really started thinking about, I want to do something where you take these little critters that people don't think about and make them kind of kick ass, And so we came up with this whole Viking theme and started running from there. And I love RPGs and MMOs my whole life. I played World of Warcraft for years.
Yeah, I've seen some Murloc tattoos. This one was pretty cool.
Yes, I did a Murloc, I did a Boomkin, and so that kind of just inspired me to create this world that I've been so inspired by for so many years and playing D&D since I'm a kid, but using cute little critters and animals that people would never suspect to be so kick-ass, I guess. And that's, I went home that night, told my wife about it, she got excited, jumped on board, and the Battle Bunnies was born.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
And what's now the story? So you talked already about the Viking. I heard some pirates. Any more info about the classes?
Yes, so we have 6 classes. It started with the Vikings and the Valkyries, which are the female Vikings. We gave them wings, and that's really where it started from. And then as we started creating and drawing all the traits for them, the pirates, the shamans, and the sorcerers were born. And so then we had 5 classes at the time, and we realized that would be perfect start to this RPG kind of world and theme for the project. And then eventually when Food Fight Studios came on board and started talking about the animations and creating the bunnies and everything, they had this connection with the Spartan races. And so John, who hopefully will be back with us, started talking to me about the Spartan races and the projects that they do with them. And so that gave me the idea, well, hey, let's draw a cool Spartan bunny. So we started drawing all the assets and traits for the Spartans, and then Joey was like, we should make them a new class, and let's do 300 of them. And so the Spartans were born. And that's how we wound up with the 6 classes. And prior to that, though, we really started developing the story in the world. I think as we were drawing the bunnies and creating these different classes, we started developing the lands that they live in. There's also another project called Carcaeus, by Jesse Smith, who's a really well-known tattoo artist, was on Ink Masters and everything, and is a good friend of me and Krista for many years. Okay. I had worked on him in the Carcaeus project years ago, drawing for it, and now he's doing an NFT project. And so we got together, and we thought it would be a great idea to have the Battle Bunnies exist inside the land of Carcaeus. So we started writing the story for that, and that's kind of how the world was born, on top of just the Battle Bunnies theme.
Yeah, amazing. And so you were talking about the the land. I see like you have I think one it's like 5.
Can I jump?
Yep.
Adam, can I jump in real quick?
Yep.
So just so you guys, the Spartans are actually part of the Genesis collection. So Frank talked about, the 6 classes and the 300 Spartans. So our Genesis collection drops this Saturday, 3/26. It is 300 Spartans. They are dubbed the Elite Guard. So Frank can tell you the story when I'm done about the Spartans, but they are our Genesis collection that's dropping this Saturday. And then our 5,000 collection, which is the Vikings, Valkyries, Pirates, Shamans, Sorcerers, will drop pretty quickly after. It's spring 2022 on the roadmap, but if things go as planned, everything works out, we're not going to make people wait that long for the 5,000 drop.
Mm-hmm.
So the 300 Spartans are there are additional utilities attached to 300 Spartans as well, which we can go into later, as we talk more about the project. But I just wanted to make sure people understood that there is a little bit of a difference between the 6 clans.
All right. Yeah, that was a question I had planned in after, but perfect that you make that thing clear right at the beginning. So since we're talking about the Genesis collection, can you give us more info about the mint price and how many max per wallet do we have?
Yeah, so the mint price for the Genesis collection is 0.2. So there's 300. They're all ranked rarity 1 to 300 with 175 traits. So Frank and Krista went absolutely bananas with the traits. So pretty much even if you get Spartan rank 300, it's going to be pretty rare because there's 175 traits for only 300 NFTs. So the mint price is 0.2. You're allowed 2 per wallet. And we've been very clear and transparent with our community that we are overselling the King's Court roll, which is the whitelist. So our goal is anywhere 300 or more people on the King's Court roll. It is first come, first serve. We are not holding back any of this collection for staff. I have to try to buy one just like everybody else. So if my transaction doesn't go through, I don't get to own one.
Okay.
So it's first come, first serve. 300.2, 2 per wallet. And we're probably going to finish somewhere over 300 people in the King's Court roll. And the utilities attached to the Spartans. So we've already begun building out what we call the Elite Guard section, because that's what the Spartans are called.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a combination of, alphas in the NFT and crypto community. It's going to be, we're talking to some individuals from the business world, from the investment side. So it's going to be a pretty extensive area for people to learn about, all kinds of ways to invest their money. The Spartans will be able to mint prior to everybody else for every collection. So they will mint before the whitelist for any collection that they want to purchase.
Okay.
And the most recent announcement for utility is we're kind of bringing together quote unquote Web 2 and Web 3. So we are going to work with PSA to have 300 Spartan cards. So whatever Spartan you hold, you will have the exact replica. Well, not replica, but the exact copy of your Spartan in a playing card that will be autographed by Frank and Krista, graded by PSA,
Maybe
and then
can you tell for people who don't know, I'm not familiar with the term, who PSA is?
So PSA is probably the world's number one collectible grading company, right? So PSA, when you go, let's say you have a soccer card, a baseball card, a football card,
Or I
a
think
comic card.
the best example right now might be
Pokemon
the
card.
Pokemon.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, like a Pokemon. Yeah, Pokemon card, right? So Pokemon cards are graded on a scale of 0 to 100. And then there's also letters attached to them. So PSA is the company that gives that grade of that card. And the grade of the card, a lot of times, will determine the value of the card, right?
And
Like,
then they
suppose,
seal the card as well. The cards are sealed in
yep.
a clear collector case, and they're graded so that way they stay that quality.
Yeah, like I think there's something crazy. Like there's 10 like perfectly graded Charizards in the world, and they sell for, but that's because that PSA graded them as like perfect condition. So we will have those cards made to match your Spartan that you're holding, autographed by Frank and Krista, graded, and then sealed for protection, and then shipped out to every person that's holding a Spartan. And we're constantly trying to reward our community. So we always say and more, because as the project develops with the animations within our ecosystem, there's talks of, with our DAO that we're launching, will Spartan holders get, so for example, if you're holding a Spartan, does it count as 5 votes to every one Battle Bunny, right? Like we're still working out all the details, but the Spartan holders will forever be rewarded for being part of that Genesis collection.
And then there's also the donation to charity through the Spartan Drop.
Yeah.
And every drop we do will always put money back into charity, into donating to, the first one is to One Tree Planted. So we want to start building the trees in the forest, essentially building the bunnies' homes in the real world as we're building the bunnies' world in Web 2, Web 3. We'll continue doing that for every drop to donate a significant amount to charities that help animals and the environment, because that's important to us.
That's nice. And you're also talking about like more utility, and first thing that came to my mind when was like the Spartan holder would be able to have this like the replica tattooed. Could be a thing.
Yeah, so Frank, they're actually, Frank, go ahead, you could answer that one.
Okay, so we have thought about it in the past, but tattooing is something Krista has been doing it over for a decade, and for me, it's almost a quarter of a century, which is more than half my life that I've been doing this. And for us, it's really been a dream to move into the world of creating the Battle Bunnies and character design and world building. And so even though we have our shops and everything, we've been essentially on the out of retiring from tattooing, so that we could focus full time in.
That answered my question. So now that we talk about the like Genesis collection, I think we can move on the second part, like the other bunnies.
Yeah, so the 5,000 collection is going to be made up of, correct me if I'm wrong, Krista, because you know the numbers better, 2,300 Vikings?
Yeah.
So 2,300 Vikings.
1,500 Valkyries.
1,500 Valkyries, 400 pirates, 400 sorcerers, and 400 shamans.
Mm-hmm.
And then within the sorcerers, shamans, and pirates, 300 males and 100 females. Correct?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
And then obviously, those will be ranked in rarity. There are some, so as Frank mentioned, and he can go into more detail, there's a lot of these bunnies were built on, RPG games, Dungeons and Dragons, all that stuff. So there's, we have some of the bunnies are complete sets of specific gods. So they're imbued with certain powers, which makes them rare. So there's there's Loki, there's Hel, there's Freya, and so there's these special, like one of ones, I guess you could say, right, Frank? If you want to describe it a little bit more.
Well, there's a certain amount of each bunny that will hold a full set of weapon and armors from these sets of the gods. We did create over 400 traits for the 5,000 drop. So there's a lot of variety there, but the full sets will be limited. So and every trait was designed in an RPG style, in the sense that we didn't just rank them as percentages and how often they show up, but we ranked them in quality of the item, like an RPG would do. Essentially, go ranking from uncommon, common, rare, epic, legendary, all the way up to mythic, and those have value points assigned to them as well. So it almost gives your battle bunny at a certain level. Right, so it's like your battle bunny will be a certain level depending on the weapon and armor and background and the traits that bunny holds.
Okay, interesting concept. And the bunnies, they're gonna evolve in a land, and I see like there's five land. Can you like tell us more about that?
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
He said,
About the lands,
explain more about the lands.
like the island west and all the land where like
Yes.
they come from. The idea behind those.
Yes, absolutely. So we in the land of the continent of Carchaeus that I spoke to about. This Furchit's Island is one part of it's the lower south part of the continent, and it's split. It's divided into two sides, east and west. Furchit's Island East is where Jesse Smith's project is taking place right now, and they're exploring. And Furchit's Island West is where the Battle Bunnies live. So the real premise behind the Battle Bunnies is that there's this land called Imaginuke Falls, and that is ran by King Harold, who leads the Vikings, and at one time led all the Battle Bunnies. And Imaginuke Falls is this source of magical waters, and the falls that run through the land of Imaginuke Falls. This is where the bunnies get their magic, their powers, their items are crafted through these magical waters. The shamans and sorcerers get their magic and potions, etc. So all these waters that run through streams and rivers throughout the land, and other civilizations have grown and been built alongside these rivers and streams. Some haven't been as fortunate. And so there are other critters and other armies that live throughout this land. So right now we're focusing more on the Battle Bunnies and the lands like the Crags of Croy, where Prince Reginald rules over, and the pirates tend to spend time in the waters around the Crags of Croy. We have Delirium Forest. So we have these few areas that we're focusing on with the main characters right now that we're using in the Battle Bunnies. Our next drop is actually a secret, a surprise drop, which I'm not allowed to talk about, even though I've been dying to, which will tie into the world and the Battle Bunnies. And then after that, the enemies of the Battle Bunnies will be coming, and those are the Samurai Squirrels. And so that whole army, they rule the South, and that whole army will be developed. Along with, in the future, we have the medieval mice and the Ottoman Empire. So you could kind of see how we're developing this world with other civilizations of other cute critters, and there will be allies and enemies, and the lands. Yeah, exactly. The lands will be more explored as we go and develop everything, and these other characters.
Like a game.
Exactly, like a game. As you explore and unlock new areas, you're going to meet. Yep, you meet new characters, and everybody will have the opportunity to now own them as well. And help develop the story with us. That's another huge part of this whole project is the community development. We spend so much time, me, Krista, the whole team spends so much time in the Discord getting to know everybody, talking to them, and the interaction that we've had in our community and Discord has really become like a family, and the stories for the Battle Bunnies are kind of growing just from the way these classes interact in the Discord. Everybody has, there's so much loyalty to the classes, and you'll see how people are...
their personalities to
Right, yeah, their personalities tend to come through as... within the class.
People feel entitled to the clan they've chosen, right?
Yes, the Spartans are crazy. I gotta tell you, the ones who join the Spartans are really die hard, and they're constantly after the pirates for some reason. And that that builds our stories, and these people's personalities who are the community. And as we get to know them and their personalities, these stories kind of write themselves. And the excitement for us is working with Food Fight Studios and then developing these animations. The community and the people that we're meeting and will hold these bunnies and squirrels and all of that will be part of the developing these animations and the stories that build this world. We even talked about having them join on possibly doing voiceovers for characters within the animation. So it's really exciting for us to realize that the community is more than just an NFT community. It's a community that's helping us to build this Battle Bunnies universe and live in it with us.
So to kind of build off what he said, that's a major aspect of us developing our DAO, which is the community driven animation, which you'll see mentioned multiple times on our roadmap. And that's a huge part of it, right? Is having the community having input on where the story goes, who's battling who wins, which characters do they want to see, and giving the community the opportunity to see their own NFT, or like Frank said, their voice in the animation as we develop these.
Yeah, that's cool. Like to take the input of the community. That's what a lot of projects are missing, I think it's a super great idea and good way of thinking that the community has the voice.
It absolutely is, and I think if you look at our community and everybody that's in there, probably all of them will tell you that me, Krista, Joey, we spend so much time with them every day, morning, night. We were in there before, and we really are trying to take the time to get to know everybody. Which I know is very different from a lot of projects. And the reason we're doing that is because as we build these friendships and get to understand each other more and learn about each other, it really helps build the characters for this world. So it's not just a community where there's a bunch of people, just hanging out. It's like we really hang out, we play games together, we talk to each other.
Yeah, we want to give everybody the opportunity to express themselves and who they are.
That's so cool.
And we want them to get to know us on a personal level. We want them to spend time with us, and we want to get to know them on a personal level.
I mean, that's why we build like strong connection and create bonds with people. Huh?
Yes, absolutely. We love it. We love it. That for us is probably one of the greatest things about this project, and we look forward to it every morning. It's the first thing me and Krista do. We get up while we're having coffee, we say hello to everybody, we hang out, and we all have coffee together. We have dinner together. We're
making real Battle Bunnies mugs to send to everybody.
Yes.
So we can all have coffee.
Yes. and we just love and I think everybody just loves spending time with us as well. And for us, it's one of the most amazing things we've ever done.
One of the biggest compliments I think that we get is when new people join the server and myself or Frank or Krista or anybody with the name founder in their name says hello to them. It's like they're like, oh wow, a founder's never said hello to me before, like never greeted me when I first joined, right? Like usually when you join a new Discord server for an NFT, the community is always like, hey, welcome. Like we're literally usually the first people to say hello to a new member.
Yeah, that's nice. That shows really like the importance you have and you're taking care of for the community and the project. That's cool. And there's also another aspect I liked, and maybe you can talk about it, like the environmental partnership with the one tree planted.
Yeah, so 3.4% of the Spartan drop is going towards one tree planted, which is going to plant us 5,000 trees, Krista?
6,000. Krista had to walk on.
6,000 trees.
Yes.
And then with the 5,000 drop, we're planting. So the difference between the two drops is with the Spartan drop, we're just donating the money for 6,000 trees. With the 5,000 drop, we're going to donate enough money for 50,000 trees. But each Battle Bunny you hold, you get to pick where 10 trees get planted. So when you go on their website, they have the world broken down into regions like Asia, North America, South America, etc. And then within those areas, they might have like 3 or 4 different options of where to plant trees. So if you end up with 5 battle bunnies, when we take a snapshot of your wallet, you get to pick personally where 50 trees will get planted.
That's cool.
And we actually have tomorrow in our server at 3 p.m. Eastern, we have a representative from One Tree Planted coming in to do a town hall. So that way everybody in our server can meet the charity, talk to the charity, understand like, the focus of the charity, like where the money goes, all that stuff. Because we're super big on transparency. Like I said, I've been in the NFT space for 7 months. And one thing I've learned when investing in projects, because I own a lot of them, is the projects that are most successful, the projects that are most transparent, in my opinion, with everything they're doing.
Yeah,
It completely kills the FUD, right? So like if I tell you everything we're doing every step of the way and I show you, there's no reason for you to have any fear, uncertainty, or doubt. And that's the idea behind having One Tree Planted come in tomorrow and do a town hall with all of our members.
Yeah, that's a point I completely agree with you. Like transparency, and even when something is not going the way you plan, but people like to know how the projects evolve. So that's great.
Absolutely. And another thing, just to finish up on what Joey was saying, was as far as transparency and talking about, I know a lot of projects, and from what I've learned, learning about the NFT space, is a lot of projects always tell you what they plan to do when they get the money, and we're hoping to do this and we're hoping to do that. And for us, we don't tell people what we're hoping to do. We make sure that we're already doing these things, so that way we can deliver exactly what we're promising. So it's not false promises or hopes in the future. It's stuff that we're actually doing and building now, so that way the people who are a part of it and do hold the NFTs actually get to enjoy what they're signing up for. And that's really important to us too, is to, I guess, under promise and over deliver, so to make sure that everything we're talking about is already being done, so that way when the time comes, we have it ready for everyone.
Yeah, we've been working on this project now for, Frank has been drawing the project for, a few more months than we've been working on it. But, we've been working on it with Food Fight Studios for probably 2 months now. Right. And so before we even got to the point of, okay, we're ready to launch, they've already started modeling up 3D models. They've already started working on animations, working on the metaverse, like all that stuff that we want to give to our community has already begun, and we're already showing our community some of that stuff because, like Frank said, there's so many projects out there that have this roadmap that you go, the hype is there, you go mint your NFT, and then it's just hold and wait.
Yep.
Hey guys, here's an update. Here's a picture of something we're doing 30 days after mint. Now it's 60 days after mint. And you're like, guys, where's the marketing? Where's the metaverse? 60 days. Oh, here's an update. Here's another picture. And you're like, guys, it's been 60 days.
Yeah.
So we're trying to stay ahead of that curve and really deliver on what's on our roadmap in a timely manner that keeps people hype about the project, not just sit back and wait for announcements for 30, 60, and 90 days.
Yeah, that's nice. Like, it's better to do small step, but delivering that, promising like a big step and doing nothing, and just, like a lot of the project are doing.
Yeah, I agree.
And so regarding like the metaverse, the game development, so this is a question from Cabbage. What kind of game are you planning on doing? Like play to earn, phone, PC? Like, do you have any insight on that?
Yeah, so we've tossed around a lot of ideas. One of the most popular ideas we've talked about is TCG. So that whether it's a digital or physical or both, right? So like Gods Unchained is a very popular play to earn like TCG game.
And for
Um,
those who don't know, TCG is trading card game, guys.
oh, sorry.
Yeah,
There you go.
no problem.
Yeah, so Gods Unchained is very similar to, like a Magic the Gathering, but it's a play to earn turn-based card game. So we've talked about that style game, whether it's a digital version or an actual physical or both. We've talked about Krista, and I think Frank had mentioned they wanted to be able to be their battle bunny like an RPG game and wander around completing tasks and fighting battles. We've talked about a top down like old school kind of like Zelda style
Mm-hmm.
where you get to walk around a map. So Mike can talk about the Food Fight Studios and the team he has. I think their team is about 15 or 16 people deep. And he can talk more about what they can do. But right now, based on the way the characters are designed and what we're doing, there's a lot of opportunities for us. So we're not 100% on anything, but there's a lot of
And
stuff we've been talking about.
I was gonna cut in just to explain a little more too. This, if you look at the first part of the roadmap, the first 4 chapters, that is really about building the world, building the story, building the animations, right? Because before you decide what game you're going to go or what direction you're going to go, you need the world to be built. You need the stories to be told and make sure that it's something exciting and a place that everybody's going to enjoy and want to be a part of. So that our whole first part of the roadmap is developing the animations, the stories. They're already working on building the VR world so people could come and explore inside the Oculus. We've already seen some really amazing stuff that they're putting together. And that way we can meet each other almost in person. Maybe not in person, but we can meet each other in the metaverse, in the Battle Bunnies world. We could explore together and see each other. And for us, that's another huge part of what this community is about. And then from there, I think that's going to give us the answer on the direction, as well as the community is going to help give us the answer on the direction of what game we truly go to develop for the Battle Bunnies.
Nice.
Sorry.
And so for the VR, I have a question. Like, let's say I have a bunnies. It's gonna be the skin. I mean, the NFT I own would be the skin I be like in the metaverse.
I think Mike could.
That's a Mike question. Yep.
Yep, that's a Mike question.
Oddly enough, we had a pretty extensive meeting today with a few developers from around the world that I mentioned earlier, and that issue came up. And to answer your question, we are going to make specific traits that are compliant with your NFT that you own.
Okay.
I don't want to get into specifics because, again, I don't want to overpromise something until we run the necessary testings. Our limitations within this particular platform are the actual space where we're building it. So we just want to make sure that all the T's are crossed, I's are dotted. I've seen these skins and these attributes, firsthand today.
Yep.
To answer the question, yes, it is definitely part of the plan. There is a tremendous amount of opportunity that we can do with this. And, in addition to our ideas, one of the unique elements that I guess this project is bringing to the table, in addition to the formalities of a DAO, we're going to listen to the community and see what they want out of this. Building the worlds and obviously replicating Frank's art in that world is an impossibility because his art is very specific and it's very unique. But to build it in a way so that it gives a three-dimensional Z-axis to the world and that you can walk around and you can see these features of Imaginuk Falls or the Crags of Croy or be aboard a pirate ship where, we'll have some fun interactive experiences and we'll have some 3D bunnies animated in there running around and potentially being able to pick up the specific weapons that or the features that are associated with the NFT that you hold. All of that is part of the development within the VR experience. And to really kind of to really close off this particular element in conjunction with what Frank was talking about, we can have these types of meetings in that VR space where everybody can show up. They can really show off some of the features that their avatars have, that their NFTs hold. They can really interact in more of a three-dimensional space versus a Zoom call type space.
Yep.
And it's a lot of exciting stuff, and the stuff that we saw today, it's it's definitely in the plans and in as part of the development, as what we had mentioned earlier, as part of the Genesis drop, and where those funds are going to be allocated. It's going to go to a lot to developing this element and this utility.
Yeah, it seems amazing, and as you said earlier, it's better not to promise, like over promise, and see what's possible to do. I like that.
I mean, the reality
Sorry,
is
just quick question,
sorry.
Adam. If I wanted to drop a picture or something, just a quick, sneak peek or something, do I do that in the success channel?
No, normally you should have access to there's a thread called Battle Bunnies. I don't know if you can see that. If you join the thread under the no mic.
I don't even see that.
I can, Mike, do you want to drop, which one you want to drop? The one
I'll send it. You can drop it in.
Okay.
I guess I don't have access.
So I just wanted to.
You don't have the right role. Now you should see it.
Okay, let me
you
see.
See a lot more of channels up.
Oh wow, yeah.
And so you go into the no mic, and there you can join the thread by clicking on the top the thread button. And
got it. Yeah, so I'll throw one in just so you guys can see the 3D bunny that was developed and that we put into the world thus far. This is actually, if you're in our server, you can kind of see this in our sneak peek page. But there's an example of the pose of the bunny in a three-dimensional space. The background is just a generic forest for now, but all of this is part of the dev work that we're working on.
Yeah, it looks cool. And he looks angry. He's ready to go to the battle.
Furry and ferocious, I think, is what we call them.
Yep.
So
Fluffy and fierce.
Fluffy, fierce, furry, ferocious.
Yeah. I just wanted to piggyback off what Mike said. So if those of you that are familiar with the metaverse, the sandbox, all these places, right?
Yeah.
That those things are still developing, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of limitations. Like he said, Frank's imagining. I promise you guys, if you get a chance to join one of our if you're in our Discord, Frank will occasionally, once or twice a week, jump in and drive and draw live for everybody to see. So he just finished King Harold, drawing live for everybody, and you can start to talk to him and listen to him. His imagination and his mind is incredible. And like Mike said, there's so much that we can do, except we're limited, right? Like everybody knows, like Sandbox everyone's all hype on Sandbox. It hasn't even launched yet, right? Decentraland, everybody's walking around like in, Facebook's metaverse. You have no lower body. It's all from the waist up, right? So there's a lot of limitations on what we can do right now, in regards to making these bunnies, act the way we want. But it is still exciting to see some of the things. Like the other day, Mike took us on a tour and he picked up I think it was a sword or an axe, and he was like in a castle, and it's really cool.
Yeah, I mean the metaverse still is day-to-day developing, and we're still building this. So as you said, there's some limitation.
But it's going to be exciting to grow with the story in that space, right? So if we have a base foundation, and we kind of hook people into the fact that we're exploring this space as part of our utility, we can grow with the space, and then ultimately we can somewhat be pioneers in some of the development aspects in creating these worlds that engage in perhaps very unique ways, that align with the story, that align with ownership of the NFT. I mean, there's really a blank canvas of infinite possibilities that we can run with this, and it's exciting. It's exciting to not really have that exact idea on where this is going, but know that we are definitely doing something in that space.
Yeah, definitely a cool idea. And since we're talking about the VR, Cabbage had another question that kind of link what we just say. Does the holder will receive a 3D NFTs of their Battle Bunny if there's a VR release?
So we haven't gotten that far yet. The focus right now is the Battle Bunnies, and then the next collection, which would be the Samurai Squirrels, and Medieval Mice and Ottoman Empire, right? It's because we need these characters to develop the animation and the story.
Yep.
In addition to Frank finding time to draw Imaginook Falls and the Crags of Croy and Shipling's Pass and right the Creotic Sea. He's got to draw all of these places with the help of Krista. So I don't know if or when we would drop 3D versions. I don't even know if it would be necessary to, based on the way technology is changing.
Yep.
But it's not something that we have planned right now because we're focused on building out this world of critters. But it's not out. It's not outside of the realm. It's been talked about. So
something is like
it could happen.
Yeah, in a corner of your mind, but I mean, you've talked about it, but that's not like the focus right now. Okay, cool. Let me check. Yeah, so we already like did the giveaway for the Battle Bunnies, but since we had like the second phases, some of the people couldn't join. Like the Discord link was not available anymore. Do you think there's a chance, like for new people, new agent, just to come out and discover your communities?
I can give you Frank. Come, Frank.
Yes, I was trying to unmute my mic. I couldn't unmute my mic. What
do we want to give him? Do we want to give him like an unlimited link for like 30 minutes? 50 spots?
Dude,
what do you want to give him?
I give everything away. So you got. I'd give away the house.
So how about this?
So
I'll give Adam. I will.
I'll let everybody in.
Adam, I'll give you a. I'll send you a link with a 30-minute unlimited link.
All right. So I need to check like the right time to post it because of the different time zone from everywhere.
Yep, but I'll give you a 30. When you're ready, you tell me, and I'll drop you a 30-minute link with unlimited access. So anybody that wants to join us can join us.
Okay, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, and hopefully it's and we know the time too because me and Krista love to be there when all the new people come in, so we can at least talk to them and try to get to know as many of them as possible.
Perfect. And maybe some of the agents will join me in the Shaman clan because I choose Shaman.
That is a great clan.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
They are devious little ones.
Yeah.
Valkyrie.
Yeah, Krista leads the Valkyries. I'm telling you, the Pirates and the Spartans are the worst.
Ouch.
They're always at it. Ouch. I love you guys. I love you all. You guys are all my babies.
Yeah, we know how to battle.
Vikings. Oh, and there's I would suggest. I think Adam. I think you posted it in the announcements. The our Git book is called the Grimoire.
Yep.
It really breaks down the story, the classes. The team is doxed in there. It's got the roadmap. A lot of people joke on our server. They're like, "Yeah, I sit down and read it when I'm going to the bathroom."
Yeah, but everyone has a smartphone right now, and when you don't have it, you're reading like the what do you call that? The sanitizer sitting ingredient recipe in the end. But when you
exactly.
have a smartphone, you can read that.
But yeah, take a look at the Grimoire. Talks about the story, lots of fun stuff. And yeah, I mean, when you get in the server, come hang out. There is time, I promise. When he drops that link for you guys, there's still time to get a King's Court roll for the Genesis drop on Saturday. And there's still obviously plenty of spots in time. I think we've got a little over 3,000 people already on the whitelist for the 5,000 drop. So there's still a few more spaces left for that one. But the King's Court roll, we're getting close to the end. So when that link drops, get in there. Frank and I are bad. Like Frank's worse than me because I love to give stuff away. But we're always doing we're doing Rumble Royales for a King's Court roll. We're doing
Gartrick I saw on the
we do like today. I said if anybody can beat me in Gartic, I'll give them a King's Court roll. And somebody beat me by 1 point. I had to go eat dinner, so I gave him a King's Court roll. But yeah, I mean, it's a fun time. We have what?
I'm becoming friends with everybody, and then I spend all this time with them, and then I'm like, well, I just want to give them a King's Court roll. And I just realized everybody's becoming my friend, so I would just give away all the King's Court rolls. So I really have to behave.
We gave away a free NFT today. I mean, we gave away a free NFT from the 5,000 collection. Like we just really love having fun with everybody, and I mean, it's
Yeah, that's
you
the
know
way how you
everyone's
build a community, right?
yeah. I mean, everyone says it's like it's listen. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
We all put in a lot of time, but but to be honest, like there's nothing else I'd rather do than be in the Discord, hanging
Yeah,
out with everybody and having a good time.
because it's like working 27, but doesn't feel like work, right? Like I have the same
No.
feeling here with the syndicate and like talking with people all day long. But you're like, there's so many knowledge you can win and earn by just talking with everyone.
Yeah, and all the people at our shops are starting to get mad at me because they never see me anymore. I'm just living.
You live in the
With
Discord
the-
right now, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And also, just so you guys know, I'm currently working on the background for King Harold. So in the next day or two, I'll jump on live in the Discord and share my screen, and everybody could hang out while I work on painting the background and a little more of the world for King Harold and the Battle Bunnies. So I love to talk to people while I draw. I love to answer questions about the artwork and anything you guys want to ask me, as long as I know the answers to it. But yeah, I would love for you guys to come and hang out with me.
Wait, somebody keeps saying it sounds like Gary V's talking. Who do you guys think sounds like Gary V?
I think that's Sogi who said that, and I think he's
Oh,
talking
he said
about
Lenatra. Okay, so Frank sounds like Gary V. Okay.
Yeah, somebody said that to me the other day too.
and like kind of the
Yeah, I
broken,
heard that
broken
from Frank,
voice,
too.
Yeah. It's because they're both from New York, and they're both Jewish. Both like
Yes,
Jewish
exactly.
Italians from New York. Well, Gary V's not Italian, but he should be basically from where he grew up.
That's true, and I am Jewish Italian, so.
He's a cashew.
Okay.
You're a cashew.
Um,
Oh no, a cashew is a Catholic, is a half Catholic, half Jewish. I think is a cashew. I don't know.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
in my end, I've asked all the question I've like prepared. I don't know if you, like agent, have some other question. If no, yes, I have a last one question like for Krista and Frank. Like, how are Honey and Chipu, and I mean Han Solo? How are they?
In Han Solo, you want to know?
There are babies.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. That's our little. What is? He's a Chihuahua poodle. That's Han Solo. And if anybody's a Star Wars fan, we named him Han Solo because he's a scruffy-looking nerf herder. So if you're a Star Wars fan, you know exactly what that means.
We got new.
Yeah, and he got fixed today, so Han's a little sleepy and tired.
We actually did a
Honey-
giveaway. We did a giveaway, a King's Court roll giveaway in the server. If someone could tell us the movie that their dog was named after, because it actually says like in our bios, it talks about it.
Yeah.
And nobody could figure it out. Nobody won. Nobody could figure
I
out that.
could have won if I paid attention, but so
Yeah.
many Discord like. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
one
so
of
now
the
Honey's
specials.
done-
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say she's our little girl. We've had her for almost 10 years, and she's my little princess. And these two dogs are me and Krista's whole world.
Yeah,
They really are.
Daddy's girl.
Yes, she is Daddy's girl. She's with me all day, every day while I hang out with everybody on Discord.
That's so cool. I see no more questions, so I think we can end up this AMA. Once again, thank you for being all there and presenting the project, and also big thanks for like the link and the like opportunity for new agent to come in the Discord. And yeah, that was a pleasure to have you guys. Lovely to meet
Thank you, Adam. Yeah, just shoot me a message when you're ready, and I'll send you the link. Thank you guys
Yep.
all for tuning in. Appreciate you all. Thanks for having us, Adam.
Yeah, and thank you, Adam. We really appreciate
been a
your
pleasure.
time and you doing this for us.
Thank.
Thanks, everyone.
See ya.
Take care.